Well, put it on the ballot. Age.
I think that goes for just more than the president, though. I think I said like across the board.
I said high office of any kind. I would Supreme Court justices. Well, the Ruth Ginsburg, like they were keeping that bitch alive on fumes, like just to hold on to.
I mean, Bernie's what 80? He's in his 80s almost, ain't he? Close to 80.
Well, that's what I said. Like last election cycle, your 3 final dudes were white dudes, all over 70. That's not what we want. Like this is COVID was supposed to take care of these guys.
Oh my goodness,
and it didn't.
Man.
It failed us.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, but like it's just not acceptable that this is what we're offering up. But I mean, like senators, judges, like any high public, the mayor, like you should not be that old.
Nope.
We don't need you in that position.
Issues at 72, where he just said flatly, age was an issue. And it made me think of our presidential candidates and which job is harder and which you would think age would be an issue in more, because both of our leading presidential candidates are a good deal older than this man who's telling you the Alabama job is too much for him. Which one do you imagine? Put it on the poll, please, Juju. Which job is harder on an old person? Alabama coach or United States president?
Or morning radio?
I think there's more travel for Nick Saban than our president.
Yeah.
That's not true.
I think so, because he's constantly traveling throughout the week, even when they have a game.
So a lot of people are talking about the people in politics in general that hold higher seats, and of course the presidential race, that these guys are just too old to run the country. All right, and then you have a lot of coaches in college football and NFL who are just really old. And he was just comparing Nick Saban to one of his, reasons for retiring and leaving Alabama was because of his age, right? So I know Pink has this thing where he's talked about older people in politics and how it just shouldn't be the case.
Older people in life, like, I mean, it's just they're not the answer. Here's the thing. I adamantly believe that nobody over the age of 65 is mentally or physically fit to run a country, to hold high public office of any kind. I don't think that's a thing that should ever happen. This is basically an age that we've acknowledged people can and should retire. And now we're saying it's okay to be the president. And I was on this over 4 years ago because at the end of last election cycle, we had 3 old white men. You had Biden, Trump, and Bernie. And you had these 3 ancient white dudes were the finalist for arguably the most important job in the country.
The best we got.
And if you put it in that context, take political party and whatever out of the equation, that is a damn joke that we can't find anybody under 70 to be a viable candidate to run the country. It's an embarrassment. Like, you look at, my parents are in their upper 70s right now. They're a shadow of their former selves. Right. They're like, it's a joke, and they're not, they're normal. Like, they're not, there's nothing, exceptional about their decline. It is what it is. And you have all these moments that, the old bumbling fool falling around or stumbling for words. This doesn't inspire confidence in anyone. It's a fucking joke. It's completely ridiculous that these people are even allowed to run for this office or hold these offices. And I cannot fathom the justification for it. Because to me, there's none. And it's an absolute joke.
Y'all got anything to add to that?
I mean, that would just be putting an age cap. There's already a minimum of 35. Put a cap on 65.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily agree with that for every single person in terms of mental and physical capacity at 65. I think it's definitely individual, case by case
definitely
basis.
The majority, though.
And
sure.
a lot of it's like lifestyle and other factors. Like the job and the role doesn't define 100% of the person, whether it's a coach or the president. What do they do the other hours of the day? What do they eat? How do they, like, all those small things. But that's just a small percentage of the population that are in tune with all that. for the vast majority of things, Pink's right. I mean, if you think about it with driver's license, like, shouldn't there be or at least I know they make people retest, but like people's driving abilities decline. I mean, it's not hating. It doesn't mean
it just happens with age, man. Everything declines.
But all of your abilities decline. Your memory declines. Your ability to organize thoughts and speak coherently declines. Your physical capabilities decline. That's like they say in sports, like age is undefeated, and that's a real thing. It's not made up. It's not phony. Like, I mean, here's the thing. A 70, 75-year-old person, if we talked to them today and like they were able to banter a little with us, we'd be kind of, oh, that was cool, man. That old dude was kind of with it.
Right.
He was with it for an old dude.
No shit.
He's not where we are.
Right.
And he can't do the things that we do.
Right. No, I don't
and you're saying, well, go ahead and have the most important job in the country.
But is it really the most important job in the country?
I mean, we could spin that around. I mean, personally, I think Florida State football coach is a bit more important. But, you know, if you guys like your president, whatever. It is an important job. I'm not saying because of the absolute power that you wield, because there's checks and balances, all sorts of shit. Right. But there is a significant like figurehead role that the president plays. There's an appearance, an energy, a confidence that their speaking is supposed to give to the country.
Right.
And these old fools can't do it. They just can't do it.
Well, put it on the ballot at age.
I think that goes for just more than the president, though. I think I said across the board.
I said high office of any kind. I would Supreme Court justices. What, the Ruth Ginsburg? Like, they were keeping that bitch alive on fumes. Like, just, you know, to hold on to.
I mean, Bernie's what, 80? He's in his 80s almost, ain't he? Close to 80?
Well, that's what I said. Like, last election cycle, your 3 final dudes were white dudes all over 70. That's not what we want. Like, this is COVID was supposed to take care of these guys.
Oh my goodness,
and it didn't.
Man.
It failed us.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, but like it's just not acceptable that this is what we're offering up. But I mean, like senators, judges, like any high public, the mayor, like you should not be that old. Nope. We don't need you in that position. I mean, the logic of it, like you're saying, we have a minimum. Like, you got to be 16 to drive. We got to be 21 to drink. You got to be 35 to be the president, 25 to rent a car, I guess. But we have all these standards. We're like, okay, we need a certain level of life experience, maturity, etc. to do it. But on the back end, we're just going to say the hell with it.
Right, and if our life expectancy is around 70, you're going to allow someone who's over the life expectancy
to continue to do something significant and
definitely be a heated debate, and there's a lot of.
It's not heated. There's the
just
people that
in
are
numbers
right,
because
and there's the rest.
There's a lot of baby boomers still alive, so
please, stage right.
Until that happens, it's going to be a debate.
No, I know,
but.
And when you look again, you know, you look into the politics and stuff like that, and like the old people, like they're voting on stuff that they're probably not going to be alive to see the end of. Like, quite literally, like, that's ridiculous.
I agree.
Like, yeah, you should have a fraction of a vote.
I mean, and not for nothing. I don't care what color you are, white, black, Mexican. You know, it doesn't matter. Old people are the most racist people I've ever met in my life. In every culture, it doesn't matter.
I ain't gonna lie, my granddad was.
All of dude, listen, my grandma listen.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because there is
stuck in the time.
There's a process. Again, when you're 70, 80 years old right now, you lived in a different era than you and I did.
Right.
So your formative
that alone
years,
should make you not eligible.
Right. Your
I'm sorry,
your formative, your educational years transpired in a period of time that is a lot different and held some crazy views. On top of that, you have, like, most people stop evolving. Like, they reach an age, they just don't give a damn anymore, and they stop, like, caring. And a lot of them, they go into, like, the Make America Great Again thing. That was a campaign that resonated and was marketed to, we talked about demographics, old people. Because they're looking at their time, whether their heyday was in the 50s or 60s or 70s, and that's the America they want again. And history doesn't go backwards. It just doesn't. Time doesn't go backwards. It goes forward. And you can't target those people to do anything. They need to be marginalized so that the people who have fresh ideas and have existed in this time and are more suited to deal with the complexities of this time are the ones making decisions and being in power and doing things. It's so backwards to do that any other way. And again, like people, and sometimes it's 50 years old, sometimes it's, and you'll see it, like even like with their like stuff, like the haircuts they have or the clothes they wear, it just stopped at a certain point. It might have been 15 years ago, and that was the last time they changed their haircut.
It's
A lot of
been the
people
same.
at senior year of high school.
Yeah,
The same hair, the chicks with the same hairspray. like,
yeah, for real.
Even the same shoes.
yes.
It's like, wow.
No,
Still got the cuff in
I'm
the jeans.
serious, man. It's just it's
I mean, it's a different time in
crazy,
general.
man.
Like you said, you need more modern, more people that can deal with, modern society.
yeah. for
Kobe
real.
says Pink for president.
Be better than
yeah.
anybody up there now.
Should I vote for him? I'd vote for
Yeah,
Pink right now.
I'd vote for myself.
So did I miss anything that you guys